It's your boy Nagoro in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got something really special brewing up for you guys, because we are going to talk about all the latest and greatest of Arsenal update that we have for you guys. A big update on Dani Ceballos' future. I've already posted that on my community tab. If you have not checked it out, I will definitely read it out to you. And of course, we're going to talk about certain changes that Arsenal need, what exactly transpired, and of course, some more comments from Arteta, and of course, Nicola Pepe has something to say about yesterday's game. So the first thing that we have here is about Dani Ceballos. So Fabrizio Romano tweets out that Dani Ceballos is expected to leave Arsenal at the end of the season. The decision has been made weeks ago. The midfielder will come back to Real Madrid after spending the season on loan to Arsenal. Then he'll decide his future. So no Ceballos extension, no nothing, and thank goodness for that. Moving on, so Arteta has opened up about Joe Willock. He says it was a difficult decision to let him go because we really like the player. He needed more game time and this type of experience. He has stepped up in at big moments for them and scored crucial goals. So that's really good news because it's great for his development. So also Steve Bruce was recently asked about the price tag that's actually going everywhere. That Joe Willock's price tag is £20 million. So Steve Bruce has reacted to that. He said, I don't know where £20 million has come from. We have not started the conversation with Arsenal yet. In the mud for all the fake news spreaders, including me. Moving on, so Fallen Balogun has shared a couple of images of Arsenal with the caption, keep working, and this emoji, which tells me that he's actually a little bit frustrated. I hope that doesn't rub him in the wrong direction, but moving on, so Arteta also opened up about Nicola Pepe. He says Pepe has come a long way in the last few months. His work ethic has been phenomenal and he's deciding many more games and doing what we can do in the final third in a much more consistent way. I'm really happy with his performances and he needs to continue like this. So, yep, the vision is there. The vision is goddamn there. Lovely. Moving on, so according to El Desmarque, everything indicates that Arsenal will make an offer for Real Betis Argentine midfielder Guido Rodriguez within the next month. Now Arsenal are looking increasingly likely to make a move for the Real Betis midfielder. According to El Desmarque, whatever that is, Arsenal are certain to make a bid for Real Betis midfielder this summer. According to the Spanish outlet, Betis reportedly need to sell amid tight financial constraints and will allow the midfielder to move to England, with every goddamn thing indicating the Gunners will make a move. The midfielder has a release clause worth 80 million euros. However, Arsenal will not have to pay anywhere near that figure, according to certain important news. Moving on, so talking about more stuff, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about football's difficult next step after the social media boycott, as new solutions must be found. The majority of people within football believe responsibility rests with Facebook and Twitter to stop online abuse, but industry experts say there are more complicated factors at play. So at 3 p.m. this afternoon, football clubs, their players and various affiliates will fall silent on social media for 81 hours. There will be no match updates from official accounts and no emoji-laden posts from your team stars about another 3 points in the bank or going again in midweek. The boycott's intentions are clear. It is an attempt to force Facebook, Twitter into taking genuine, firm action against posters of racism, sexism and homophobia. This season the abuse has become grimly ubiquitous. Every miss and error an opportunity for trolls to tap something hateful into their phone and press send. So will this work? Do the social media actually goddamn care? The truth is that no one knows how this will play out, and the silence of the companies themselves has been conspicuous, if not unsurprising. So yesterday's survey of more than 1800 industry experts was published by BCS, the Chartered Institute for IIT, and the biggest takeaway was that 50% said the responsibility to weed out abusers rests with the websites, compared to just 4% of respondents believing it should be up to police forces. It's about the companies getting their technology right, and the police forces don't have that technology. BCS Director of Policy Bill Mitchell told Football.London, he says the companies need to focus on reducing harm, an increasing public good and make sure that technology solutions provide what is lawfully appropriate to the police when they come with a warrant demanding it. The companies insist that they are working hard to remove hate messages. Facebook claims that it employs more than 30,000 globally in their security department and removed 26.9 million pieces of hate content in the final quarter of 2020. Instagram had removed 6.6 million posts. So they're saying that they're going to do that, but still, it's not enough. I think I don't know. I think the government can do something about it. Coming up with a bill or something like that. But let's see. Jens Lehmann says people are not happy at Arsenal and is calling for a change after Kroenke protests. Now, he's been a sporting director at Hertha Berlin, and he says a change is needed at Arsenal. So he says, I always say, imagine if that would have happened when Arsene Wenger was there. I experienced that when I was there with him at that last year. There was a lot of pressure and he had to take a lot of blame. And now I think it's a situation where the whole situation, the crisis plays into their favor. Nobody is allowed to come into the stadium because if people were in the stadium, the pressure would have been different now. I don't know what is it right now because I'm only following on television their games. But I think there needs to be a change there. And talking about the model, the 50+1 ownership, he says, we see that apart from Bayern Munich, no other team was strong enough to compete year in, year out in the Champions League. You cannot say that the German model is fantastic because in terms of competition, there needs to be a hybrid thing which is going to be established. I'm on the board of Hertha Berlin, which is run by the club. The investors have put a lot of money in and the club is managing the investment and we don't have anything to say and they're fighting relegation now. So there you can see that there are some inefficiencies and it tells you that a club that is only run by members of the club, sometimes it is not such a great example. Sometimes you ask, where is the expertise? Hertha had the biggest investment this year and they still can get relegated with which could be such a catastrophe. If you look at Arsenal, people are not happy with there because Arsenal is not performing well and they cannot even get into the Champions League anymore. They say that the owner structure is not right. But when you look at Liverpool, Chelsea, City, United, it is still working there. But in Germany, where most of the clubs are owned by the fans, we are way behind these clubs. I love the Arsenal fans, and what I love about them is that they are still against this format, even knowing that they could not qualify for the Champions League this year. But otherwise, they would have been part of it. But they said no. We want a fair competition where we have to qualify on the pitch. Not because we are a great brand. For that, these fans have to be loved. Lovely. Good things to hear. But goalkeeper Alex Kovacevic set to be scholar at Arsenal next season. A goalkeeper Alex Kovacevic is set to be a part of Arsenal's scholarship intake next season. He who turns 16 next month was first called up to the Arsenal under-18 squad last season when he was an under-15 player. The youngster has now been an unused substitute for the under-18s on 6 occasions and is likely to provide backup to Remy Mitchell at that level next season. The majority of Arsenal scholars for next season's campaign are now known, although it is currently it's not currently clear whether Cameron Bryan, Jimmy Gower, Mikhail Rosiak, Jamie Telfair and Amari Benjamin will be part of that group. Let's see. Crazy thing to understand and crazy thing to actually experience. But yes. But let's talk about the new scholars. It's Amario Cozier Duberry, who's a midfielder, Henry Timmy Davies, who's a midfielder, Khalil Green forward, Bradley Ibrahim, who's a midfielder, Alex Kovacevic, as already mentioned, is a goalkeeper, Tino Kwamina, a defender, Christopher Elian Quesada Torn, defender, Amani Richards forward, Matheus Roberts, midfielder, Josh Robinson, defender, Ismail Olad Mhand is a midfielder, and Ruel Walters, who is a defender. Well, if you guys remember, we already came to know about Arsenal being linked with Massimiliano Allegri. So once an Arsenal target to be managing, and all the heat that Mikel Arteta is getting to get a result done in the second leg, Allegri is now a main candidate to replace Andrea Pirlo at Juventus again. So according to Gazzetta dello Sport, Juventus could welcome back their former manager after a disappointing season. Juventus will ask Allegri to return as manager this summer and replace Andrea Pirlo. Pirlo has struggled in his first season as a senior coach, with Juve having lost a Serie A title and are now struggling to qualify for the Champions League. Allegri is a preferred choice should Juve get rid of Pirlo, and he could return with more power over transfers following Juve's recent woes. Let me know in the comments, do you guys really want Massimiliano Allegri joining Juventus, or you'd consider him a strong candidate to replace Arteta at Arsenal, maybe in the future. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. Cheers. I will see you in the next one.